The first stop for us during Watches and Wonders was the Oris booth, because we had to look at all these new watches that they have released. Because Oris has this year been focusing on the big crown pointed date, and we have several different new versions, and I will show you all of them. My personal instinct goes towards this yellow one. I think this really pops and is a perfect launch now in April, coming for the summer, and this is going to be something that's really popping out there. So definitely think this is going to be the most popular one, initially at least. Last year, Oris focused on upgrading the Aquis, and this year it's the time for the big crown pointed date. I really like that they focus on one model and do a lot of different upgrades. Yeah, you can definitely see that this is a pointer date and a big crown, but there's so much new things to this. The watch is very different from how it was before. Mainly, it is the steel strap that is new. And now we have this new what they call an H-link, and you can definitely see why. We also have a butterfly clasp under here, the Oris logo, which makes it really sleek and thin under the clasp, so it gives a nice balance of the watch. I definitely think this is a great upgrade. I do know most people who want to buy watches, especially in the region where I'm from, Scandinavia. I think they buy a watch on a steel strap, but then they maybe add a leather strap. So I think this is a great way to start your first purchase of an Oris, or your second Oris, or whatever Oris it is in the collection, but to buy it on a steel strap and then add a leather strap later. So we're gonna go to the next watch, and this is actually exactly the same but with a different color dial, and this is the 40mm case. I didn't mention that before, but we have 3 different case sizes here. In the first 3 watches we're gonna focus is what I think is gonna be most popular, because here is the modified Selitta movement, so it puts us in a lower price point, and we have 3 colors that are really popping. The last of the 3 40mm cases, yeah, that color is actually purple. Purple is actually a color that has coming into the watch scene quite a lot lately. You see several different brands do it. I think Tag Heuer did it lately together with their black glass box. So I think this is actually a color that is really attracting. Personally, I really like it. I don't have a purple watch, so maybe this is the first time that I will go for it. And I'm gonna take the opportunity to show you how this watch looks on my 16.5cm wrist, because I think it's important to see which of these 3 case sizes fits you the best. I actually didn't know that I was gonna try a yellow watch this morning when I chose this yellow shirt, but realizing now it's really matching. But having this watch on my wrist, I think we have a real stunner piece. I think this is gonna fit most people. I think 40mm gives a watch that has a lot of presence, but still isn't too big. So this is definitely a piece that I think will attract most people, because it's a size that most wrists can wear. We're going to the next part of the Oris Big Crown pointer date. We have 2 different versions of the 34mm one, and here we have completely different colors and completely different case sizes. And another cool feature about the hands actually, that does not have any lume inside, which you can see here when you get a bit of a closer look. This is a beautiful watch, and I know what you're thinking, 34mm, that's a woman's watch. And yes, it might be, but it could also be used by you guys out there, because I think it was the same feeling that I had when I tried the Miss Piggy. The measurement made it sound way too small, but actually on the wrist, which you will see in a couple of seconds, on my, as I said, 16.5cm wrist, I think this is cool. I have several different vintage watches who are the same size, so definitely it's wearable even if you're a big guy. The second 34mm Big Crown pointed date, yeah, that has a black dial and diamond indexes. This is a little bit more stealthy, even though it really shines with these diamonds, so it gives a different characteristic, but it's as well a beautiful watch. So now we just have 2 pieces left, and these are the more high-end versions, because these ones have the Inhouse Calibre 403 inside the watch, which is an awesome movement that has gotten a lot of positive feedback since it was introduced. So these are the most upgraded versions, and for you who really want something extra. And I do think the dials really represent that, because I think these are the most beautiful dials. Yeah, we have this mint green color that I think is nice because there's color, but at the same time it's quite subtle. So if you want to go a little bit more bold, you can go for this pink version. And it's a nice pink. Pink is also quite popular in the watch world right now. And I think there's good pink and bad pink. But this one is more of a pink reddish in the color. So I think it's also quite wearable, and you can see that the pointer of the pointer date is actually red. So you can see the contrast there. These ones could be both ordered on the steel strap as well as leather straps, but I do think these Serva Volante straps are quite cool because they do a good cause of using leather that has been coming from wild deers in Switzerland, where deers is a problem in certain areas. So buying this, you also know that there's been something good in the process of making this watch. Yeah, having looked at these watches for quite a long time now, I think this is my personal favorite. It is cool because it's green, but it's quite subtle, so it doesn't have too much in the face feeling. But if I would pick two, I would go for this one and the yellow one, so you can have something that really pops if you want to go a little bit bold. Having these two watches beside each other is actually quite nice, because I do think that they really complement each other, and it would be cool if you would have them both, because they are different even though it's exactly the same watch. Let us know in the comment which one is your favorite. Do you go for the green or would you do the pink one if you would go for the Calibre 403? Huge thanks to Oris for letting us borrow these watches during Watches and Wonders and have this photo shoot. I love this footage when I have them all together because they are a cool bunch of watches. So let us know in the comment which one is your favorite, and make sure to follow our Watches and Wonders content from 2025. Thank you guys, and don't forget to subscribe.